Stampers, Deb Valder here, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach. Today I'd like to show you how to do a very elegant window card. As you can see, it's opened right to the inside of the card, and I did it using my Journey squares. These are the dies that I used for this one. Remember, with these, they have the perforated squares right in them, and they all nest really nicely. I used the Sweet You stamp set, and I also used the Everyday stamp set. So those are the product that I used in here. I want to show you how easy and fast this card is, but it just is absolutely gorgeous. I have two of my very, very good friends that are just starting their battle with breast cancer, and I thought this was very appropriate. So let me just show you how I did this. Let's start off with the square. I took a piece of cardstock that was 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through my Journey Platinum with the squares die. Now this one is just going to pop out in the middle because this is the cutter, and this one right here is going to be the perforator. So I just need my bloom tool to snug underneath there and just get that out. Now, a lot of times before I'll do this, I'll just kind of run my tool over the back end of it to make sure there aren't any chads on there, and it just kind of pops them out a little bit better. So then you just take this and run it all the way around, and they just pop out very nicely without tearing your paper. Journey Bloom tool is a definite must in your tool caddy. Okay, so there is our bloom tool, and these are the dies that I used. Now, I will use this for another piece. Remember, I don't like to waste paper, so this right here will be used for another piece, and I'm just going to set these aside. So this is the square that I have here on top. Now, it's really important that you run this one through first, because now we're going to take and do the inside of it, but you've got to kind of square it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is take my base card, which is 4 1/4 by 11, and score it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to take the smaller of the squares. Now, this is just kind of strange because you're doing the smaller one on the inside, but that's what we need to do to make this window. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll put this like this so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to take some of my Easy Glide and just put a little tiny bit right here on the bottom so that I can just line it up. Now the reason I want to do that is because when I take and run this through, so now what I'll do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to run this through the Journey Platinum and cut the hole out. I'm going to leave it just like this and run it through. You want to make sure that this is very centered, all right? So I'm going to line this up and then just run it through. I'll be right back. Okay, now that I'm back, you can see that I actually ran this through the Journey Platinum and got the square out. This too, I will take and use for another card, but you see, I can see something coming with this right here. These are scraps, but they're going to be actually turned into another card. So I'm just going to set those aside. This is what we have so far, and the next thing I need to do is to pop this up. See, if you see this, it's actually popped up on the side. Now, if this sticks, that's okay, because we're going to take and put our little pop dots underneath it. All right, so let's take our little foam squares right here. I'm going to take the big ones for the bottom one. I'm going to put one right here, one right over here on the side, and then one right here. Now those are our medium foam squares. We have medium and small. And then I'm going to take the little guys, and that's what's nice about these foam squares, is that they come in several different sizes. And we're just going to put them off to the side. Now you definitely want to put some right here on the sides so that it doesn't cave in. All right, and I could probably put the bigger ones on the top, but why waste those? Let's put the little guys. You know, they're only $2.95, and you get over 300 of these, so it's really well worth putting them on there. So now what I'm going to do is just take off the little covers and add this to my card base. All right, so, and that's why I ran it through the Journey Platinum with the base on there, or this layer right on there while I was cutting this out, just so that it all lined up when we got all done. And see how perfect that is? Now what I need to do is take and put a piece on the inside. So I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 with whipped cream cardstock, and what I'm going to do is just add some of my Easy Glide here, and that's the inside of my card. You see, so far so good. Now what I like to do is to just take a pencil and just kind of outline the top and the bottom. Now what I did with this saying, I lined it up perfectly so that when you stamp it, it's going to go right through and it's going to be centered really nicely. But why I put the pencil marks on is because I'm going to open up my card and I'm going to take my black licorice ink and just stamp it up and put it on the inside. But now I know right where to center it because I have those little pencil lines right in there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is just take this and center it between those square lines. And what I did was I lined up the grids on the side and on the top so that I know that I'm straight, and then it's perfect. I'll let that dry a little bit, and then see how perfectly that lines up. Love it when that happens. Now you want to clean off your stamps. I've got my special cleaner. I just took an old cloth that I had. You want one that is lint-free, and just clean this off. Right there, that's how you clean your stamps. Put the lid on my black licorice ink pad, and then let's finish up our card. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the little flower. But before I do that, I'm going to take 14 inches of my ribbon and just tie it up here on the side. All right. This is beautiful bubblegum satin ribbon, and you want to just keep turning it so that the satiny side comes out on top. Just always make sure that you're looking at the satin part. And I'm just going to turn it again and run it through the bottom, and there we go. Okay, let's just turn this one around just a little bit. We can play with this afterwards, but it actually came out pretty good. I just kind of fool with it a little bit. And how beautiful is that? This is going to be such a pretty card, and I hope they enjoy it when they get it. All right, I like to go back and forth and make it a little tiny one, so it fits inside the envelope. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, beautiful as can be. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is take my Grand Pro shears and just cut them off. Love these scissors. Nothing sticks to them. They're just absolutely awesome. Alright, so there is our bow. Now what we need to work on, like I said, is our flower. And what I did was, previous to this, I want to keep this in the picture. What I did was I embossed it. I used my black licorice ink and my clear embossing powder, and I embossed it. And now we're going to color. So I'm just going to take a couple of different colors because I want this to be whimsical, not a lot of different contrasts. Okay, so this is just bubblegum ink. This one is the Sweet Pear, and I made sure that I had shaken them before I put them on here, and now I'm going to take just a little bit of my Fusion blender. You want to make sure that your inks are really shaken up very well before you ink them, or before you put them on here, because the dye-based ink and the craft ink will separate, so you want to make sure that they're very well shaken up. I'm going to take my blending brush right here, and I like to use my medium one, and just for the sake of getting this done, I put a little bit of the Fusion blender on there, and now I'm just going to take and just color. And it's this simple. When it dries, it will dry a little bit lighter. I want to keep some of the white in there to keep it very whimsical. Okay, there we go. I love embossing before I use this Blender Fusion. It just makes everything so shiny. Can you see how beautifully shiny that flower is? Absolutely gorgeous. To clean this, I'm just going to take and run it through this Blender Fusion right here, the Fusion blender, and then just pat it off on the side, or you can even take a paper towel and wipe it off on the paper towel, and then you just go to the next color. I'm not going to take the time to color this while I'm chatting with you, but just know that it is just this simple and this fast. Very, very super simple. All right? So that's how I colored it. For the sake of saving a little bit of time on my video, I've pre-colored and cut this out. And this is the one I'm going to use. All right? So this is exactly the way this is right here. And now what we need to do is to add it to our piece. So I'm going to bring back in my card and just add, believe it or not, just a few of the journey dots. Okay, so these are just our journey dots. I love the fact that they are on these separate little pieces, because what I can do is slide this in here like that, and then I'll know exactly where it needs to go. So I'm going to take this journey dot and I'm going to slide it underneath there, and it's going to hold. And that's all that I need to hold this one piece in here. Just like that. The whole thing is nice and secure. If I needed to, I could put another one up there. But what I did was I took this little base right here and just kind of slid it up into the bow right in there. Couple more things, because I do love bling. I'm going to take one of our beautiful little pins right here and just slide it into my flower into my bow right there, and that's going to be that little piece right there. The last thing that I need to do is to take some of my journey glaze, and I'm going to add some of my sparkle cuts to it. Now those are a little bit bigger than the regular glitter. It's a little bit bigger. So what I'm doing is just kind of putting a little bit of journey glaze on there to hold. Put the top back on so that it doesn't dry out. And then we're going to take our journey cuts and add those to it. And then our card is done. It was that simple. Now, if you were lucky enough to get in on our sale last month, okay, we had all of our dies in the back of the catalog on sale for 20% off. So that was such a magnificent sale. I hope you ended up getting the square ones, because I do love those a lot. But look at how beautiful that card is. Now this month we have 30% off our retired list. It's while supplies last, so you're definitely going to want to get over onto my blog and get that retired list. Know what is on sale, and then you can take advantage of it. So last month it was a 20% off sale. This month is a 30% off sale. I wonder what's going to happen in May. All right, so this is April 2016. Get the retired list. I love this card, and I hope you do too. Take care and have a great day.